What is poppin', guys? It's your boy Steven back here with our APA Academy battles. Today we got week 4. We're taking on my boy Dr.Slaking, Matt. He's a real cool guy. Make sure you go check him out. I'll have his stuff in the description. But he's an awesome guy. He's a good friend of mine. So let's go ahead and real quick get into his team. Oh good, this page doesn't have the other drafts on it yet. Perfect. So, he's the Bowland Bovines. He's all the way to the left. He's got the Kieran Black, the Gliscor, the Thunderous, Florius, Mienshao, what's that thing called? Fortress. Mega Houndoom, Alakazam, Gastrodon, Kecleon, and the Vileplume. So, Kieran Black is a monster. You guys already know that, I'm sure. And his core of, like, Gastrodon, Vileplume, Florius is really, really annoying. As well as Alakazam and Florius are threats to my team offensively. Either way, let's go ahead and get into my team for him. So, first thing, I forgot nicknames for this week. Unlucky. Won't happen again. I'm sorry. That's the most important part of the battle. I have a 50% chance of losing just because I didn't nickname my Pokemon. I understand that. Suicune. Leftovers. Pressure. Protect. Calm Mind. Sub. Scald. 44 HP, 228 defense, and 236 speed with a timid nature. The speed is to outspeed a Adamant Kieran Black. Adamant Kieran Black, I really want to be able to sub up on that thing, and I really want to be able to be like sub protect and stall out the Fusion Bolt PP. Suicune is really good against everything else, but that Kieran. Really wanted Toxic on this set to deal with the Gastrodon because it has Water Absorb or Storm Drain, doesn't really matter. But couldn't really fit it. We also have Toxic later on down the road that I think I'll be able to get it on the Gastrodon with the kind of lure-ish set that I have going on. Next up we have Nidoking, Assault Vest, Sheer Force, Poison Jab, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Sucker Punch, Max HP, 156 attack, 12 defense, 84 special defense with the Careful Nature and 4 speed. This is my Thunderous answer every single time. It takes a I don't know if it was +2 or regular, but it always takes a regular Shattered Psyche. I know that. It might take a +2. I think it takes a +2 Psychic. +2 Psychic, I think. It also takes a Ice Beam / Earth Power from Kieran Black, no problem. And it takes a Psychic from Alakazam, no problem. This set does a lot of work this week, as well as the coverage that I have of Jab, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, Sucker Punch. Really like pressures his team offensively, as well as being a good defensive check to some of his offense. Next up we have Noivern with the Dragonium, Frisk, Roost, U-Turn, Draco, Hurricane, 4 HP, 68 defense, 196 special attack, 4 special defense, and 236 speed with the timid nature. This outspeeds. What did we outspeed with this? What's his fastest? Right, Alakazam. This creeps Alakazam outright. Because Alakazam is a massive, massive threat to my team. U-Turn is there to hit the Alakazam. Also, as well as grab momentum. The Draco Meteor is there for stab. The Dragonium powers it up. And Hurricane is there to hit things like Gliscor or Florgus when I don't want to drop my special attack. Next up, we're bringing the boy. We're bringing the goat. We're bringing Togedemaru. Leftovers with the Iron Barbs. Iron Head, Toxic, Spiky Shield, Magnet Rise. Enough speed to outspeed a Kieran Black, creeping a modest Zapdos with 180 attack and 132 HP. So we have Iron Head for stab, Toxic for chip, Spiky Shield for leftovers recovery, and Magnet Rise so we can dodge Kieran Black, Earth Powers, as well as Gastrodon Earth Powers. This is the lure I was talking about earlier. I think he might go Gastrodon on this if he brings it, thinking it's really safe, and normally it is. But I Magnet Rise up, and then I get a Toxic off. And then we can sit there and we can Spiky Shield. We can even go to Suicune and we can sub up because it can't actually break our subs. And we don't need to Toxic it with Suicune. Next up we have Necrozma, Photon Geyser, Swords Dance, Facade, Moonlight, 244 HP, 44 attack, and 220 special defense with the Careful Nature. Holding the Cassid Berry for that Alakazam. Basically, the biggest threat to my team is an Alakazam that runs Psyshock and Calm Minds up alongside of Suicune, because him having Psyshock, he can beat me 1v1, and we can't have that. So we need Necrozma to help stop that. It also has Swords Dance, so it sets up on things like Gastrodon, things like Vileplume. and even to an extent things like Fortress. You can't really hit the Fortress, but Fortress will get weakened if it comes. It usually isn't that like longevity mon. It's like it gets worn down easily. Facade is mostly there, so I can still hit hard and not waste Photon Geyser PP because it only has 8. Quick yawn. Sorry. Last but not least, we have Blissey. Well, last, maybe kind of least too. But we have Blissey, Chapel Berry, Natural Cure, Wish, Protect, Seismic Shot, Stealth Rock, 196 HP, 2v2 defense, bold, and 60 special defense. This spreader lets me take a +1 Thunderous if he's bulk up, +1 Z superpower, and live it. Also, Wish on Blissey is basically a full heal for any of my Pokemon. So that's good. It helps Togedemaru, who doesn't have the most reliable recovery, Necrozma, if I'm like getting worn down, Nidoking as well because it's Assault Vest. Let's go ahead and get into the battle that me and my boy Matthew played. Let's go ahead and make this big. I don't know why it's at 0, but I'm gonna see if I can get back. Cool, didn't show anything. So you can see he brings the Kyurem Black, the Gliscor, the Alakazam, the Fortress, the Vileplume, and the Thunderous. So he leaves home the Mega Houndoom, didn't think that would come. He leaves home the Florges and the Gastrodon, which this really surprised me. Especially the Gastrodon because it was like a Suicune answer almost every time unless I ran Hidden Power Grass or Toxic. And if I ran Hidden Power Grass or Toxic, I couldn't have Sub Protect. And if I couldn't have Sub Protect, I couldn't really stall the Kyurem out of PP. Either way, let's go ahead and play this bad boy. So looking at his team, I think Nidoking was a safe lead on my part. I thought he would lead the Thunderous. I thought he would lead maybe the Fortress. So I led Nidoking, and he leads Infinite, and I know his Infinite is Kyurem Black. So we led Nidoking, he led Kyurem Black. Not good for us. Not a good start. We do live one hit. We do live one thanks to our Assault Vest, but I wasn't ready to take that damage on Nidoking. I'm going to go hard out into my designated Kyurem Black, switch in the boy, Togedemaru. So Togedemaru's in. He's here. He's cute. This Ice Beam, we're not worried about this. Easy. Eat that up. Eat that up. So I'm going to get some lefties. We see he's Light Orb, by the way, so that's good to know. I'm going to go ahead and Magnet Rise up just in case he wants to stay in an Earth Power me. He's going to switch out. I thought Gliscor would come in here, but he actually goes Vileplume, and this is fine. Not a big deal. I'm floating. I'm floating in the air with Electromagnetism. We're gonna get some more lefties. Here I just click Spiky Shield because I want to scout and see what he's gonna do. Also, as well, get some lefties while I'm at it, so I can take some more Ice Beams. He's gonna go for Sleep Powder, so he's gonna reveal Sleep Powder. Not a big deal. I expected Sleep Powder. I'm gonna get more lefties, and we're gonna go back to 124, and we're sitting pretty. Oh, fucking yawns. So we're gonna go to Blissey. We have Natural Cure. We're not worried about the Sleep Powder. So I'm gonna go to sleep with Blissey, and I'm gonna make a double here, and I'm gonna go into Noivern, predicting him not to double Sleep Powder, predicting him to go into something to take advantage of my sleeping Blissey. But I'm gonna go into Noivern, so we're gonna get that Natural Cure off on the Blissey, and we're gonna frisk this thing, find the Black Sludge. Not a big deal. I mean, what other item would it be? He's gonna go into, that's supposed to be Batfink. I know that. The Gliscor, and we're not in a bad position here because he doesn't have Rock Step, so I know he's going to want to get Rock Step. So I'm going to go ahead and click Hurricane, try to get some damage off, and we're going to connect, and we're going to crit, and we're going to confuse. So he is going to have to break through this turn to get his Stealth Rocket up, but he's not going to. He's going to hit himself, and we're in a good spot because we have successfully prevented rocks without really preventing rocks. Except we miss our next Hurricane. He can still hit himself in confusion though, but he does not. And he gets some Stealth Rocks. So we didn't really prevent rocks. So this Gliscor gets its rocks up. It did what he really needed it to do. He's also had a good amount of health. I debated Z-Dragoning here, just so I didn't want to miss and let this Gliscor live. But I'm going to click Hurricane, and we do connect, and we finish off the Gliscor. So we go up in early 6-5. He's going to Will Smith, the Thunderous. And here, I think to myself, I have a Blissey on this team, and I have a Nidoking on this team. I don't think he's Choice Scarf, because that's a bad bring versus my team. So I do some calcs, I do some calculations, and I know that Z Draco Meteor kills this thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click the big move. The big Dragon Chomp on this guy. This boy, Noivern. He also wasn't shiny this week. Damn, I really messed up. No nicknames. No shiny Noivern. We're going to pop this devastating Drake on this little genie guy. As you can see, we're going to make this little purple dragon come flying around. It's going to blow up on that Will Smith. I don't know why he named it Will Smith. I wonder why. I'll have to ask him about that. But it's going to drop. So Noivern picks up 2 kills real early. He's going to go into Cure and Black here. And here, I know how this turns out. I know for a fact that I'm going to click Draco and he's going to go into Fortress. I'm in the driver's seat. I don't care. I don't care about that. You can make your plays, try to get back in the game. I don't care. I'm 2 ahead to lose this now. So I'm going to go ahead and click Draco on the Fortress that I know is coming in. I don't care. Fun fact, for staying in and not caring, we're going to get rewarded. We're going to crit this thing. Doesn't make too much of a difference. So here I know that a Volt Switch is a real possibility, as well as Toxic is a real possibility on Suicune. So I want to provide a way to stop the Toxic and stop a potential Volt Switch. I don't care about Hazards. I don't care about Gyro Ball. I'm going to go into Nidoking to stop the Volt Switch and Toxic. And he does go for Toxic, so it really would have been really bad if I switched into Suicune, because Suicune being Toxic is not it. I'm going to go ahead and go right for the Fire Punch on this thing. He's going to switch into Kyurem. He's going to take this Fire Punch. He's going to Terrible. He's going to Radiate his Bursting Aura. I ain't worried about all that. I'm going to Fire Punch this thing. Sheer Force, a lot of attack Fire Punches. Get him out. He's going to click Earth Power, predicting Togedemaru. Where's Salt Vest? This shit bounces. So that does nothing. He's going to take some more Life Orb, and we're going to go for Poison Jet. And we're going to bring him really, really, really low. I would have liked to keep this next move a secret, but I'm fine with picking up kills on the Kyurem Black with a Nidoking. So we're going to go ahead and Sucker Punch, and we're going to take out that Kyurem Black. So we are up 6-3. Looking great, looking grand, looking wonderful. He's going to go out into Chicago, the Vileplume, and I'm going to go ahead and switch out, and I'm going to go into my Blissey. Now, he's going to go for Sleep Powder, I believe. Right? Right. He's going to miss on the Blissey. I'm going to go ahead and click Seismic Toss. Because I don't care about Blissey going to sleep. So Blissey is going to be put to bed after he misses the first one. And I think I'm going to make a double into my Necrozma. And he's actually going to make a really good play. He's going to stay in, and he's going to click on the Sleep Powder on my Necrozma. He is unfortunately, I believe, going to miss. And yeah, he does miss. So, pretty big deal, honestly, because Necrozma being asleep would really open the door for his Alakazam. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to switch out because I don't want that Necrozma to be sleeping. After seeing he was ready to put it to sleep on the prediction, I'm going to go back out to Blissey because I want Blissey asleep. Because when Blissey switches out, Blissey wakes up. So, we're going to go back into Blissey and we're going to let Blissey take the sleep. And at this point, I realize Vileplume can't really touch me. It can't go for Strength Sap. It can't do anything. I'm just going to go ahead and fire off Seismic Tosses until this Blissey, until the Vileplume switches out. He's going to switch out his first turn. He's going to go into Hagen the Alakazam. I have my dedicated switch into this Necrozma. But I'm going to make a weird play. And I think he's going to Calm Mind. So I'm going to go into Noivern. Knowing that if he Calm Minds, I outspeed him after. We're going to take Brock's damage. And he's going to go straight up for the Life Orb. We know that because it's first. Life Orb Psyshock. He's almost going to take this man right now. And I know here that I need to keep this Noivern around because it outspeeds Alakazam. I also know that if I U-turn and Fortress comes in, I cannot come back in on rocks, and I don't have a way to remove rocks. I'm going to make a good play here, and I'm going to go for the Roost on his switch out. So I'm going to Roost, and I'm going to get this Noivern back up to range where it can come in on rocks and outspeed an Alakazam. Feeling good. That was a great play. That play was huge. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to U-turn. I was really good that I got that Roost prediction right, because if I had lost Noivern, I had to play this in-game entirely different. I'm going to go back out to Nidoking because I want to stop a Volt Switch, and I want to stop a Toxic. He's going to go for Gyro Ball. That's more than fine. Nidoking has done his due. I'm going to go ahead and click Fire Punch and take this thing out if he wasn't Akka. So, he's going to eat that berry. He's going to eat that berry up. And Fire Punch is going to bring him down to just about dead, but not quite. He's going to go for Gyro Ball, and he's going to take us out. So, it's going to be 5 to, like, 2 and 1/18 of a Pokemon. We're looking good here. I'm going to go to Necrozma, and I'm going to click Swords Dance. Because I know that I still have my Castleberry. So everybody goes out in Alakazam. We are chilling. We are big chilling. We're gonna click Swords Dance, and I believe he clicks Gyro Ball. No, he clicks Volt Switch. Even less damage for us. So he's gonna do just about nothing, and we're at +2 Necrozma. He's gonna go to Alakazam. And I'm gonna just click a Photon Geyser because it does like 90-something% to this thing. He's gonna switch out. He's gonna go into Vileplume. He was thinking that I was X-Scissor and hoping that I was gonna make contact with Vileplume and status myself, which was a good play on his part because at that point he didn't really do much. But Necrozma is gonna pick up this kill on Vileplume here, and then he's gonna go back on Alakazam. I'm gonna go ahead and click. What's the move? This one. The big psychic guy. He's gonna click Shadow Ball, by the way. Pop our Cassib. You're gonna see how little this does. This does like 40 points of damage. That's a Life Orb Alakazam. We take nothing. We're gonna fire off a big old Photon Geyser on this thing. We're gonna bring it down to about 8%, 10%. We are out of range always of another Shadow Ball, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fire off another Photon Geyser just to pick this thing off. And we're gonna live on 12, and we're gonna Photon Geyser. We would have lived that a bit more comfortably if I didn't come in on rocks for Necrozma on that Vileplume earlier, just to double back out and do nothing. But it's fine, not a big deal. We live. He's gonna go into Sawtooth, the Fortress, and I'm gonna show off a little tech, just facade, just so I can see Necrozma bounce around like that with his little legs and big ass head. Looks cool. We're gonna pick up the dub. We're gonna knock out the Sawtooth, and Necrozma is gonna pick up 3 kills. We're gonna defeat Matt, and we're gonna move to 4-0. 4-0, fellas. This game was played on 4/4/2019. We are now 4-0 +15. Good game to Matt. You guys do not know the hell that we went through for this match to even get played. Matt had a problem with his DS charger. But he went to charge his second DS. And that's when he realized there was a problem with the charger, not his first DS. So then he had to try to play the game on his girlfriend's DS, which was all fine and good. He logs online. The Nintendo account is not synced. He has to try to find out his girlfriend's password for the DS, the Nintendo account. Can't do that. He factory resets the DS. He downloads all the updates. He adds me for a 3rd time that night. He finally gets on, and after 2 hours after our scheduled time, we finally get this game in, and it doesn't go too well for Matt, so I do feel bad, but GG's to him. I think he's 2-2 now. He's a real good friend of mine. I'm going to have his links and stuff, like I said, in the description. Make sure to go check him out, and I will catch you guys back here for week 5 when we battle, it would have been my boy MidPokeMaster. He dropped for some personal reasons. We're going to be taking on Tone and the Miami Mountain Marlins. I'll see you guys back then next week for that. Peace.